In this video, let's take a look at the options available in our sign up object. So I already have double clicked my sign up object over here, and the first on the list is account activation. So we have three options over here. If I click on the drop down arrow, we have for automatic, that is if you want your account to be activated automatically. That is if you create your account right away, after some few seconds your account gets activated. Now the next one is going to be activated by an administrator, and the third one is going to be through an email verification. Next we have is capture enabled. So if you want to enable capture, you just click on the drop down arrow and you select through here. Now this is a capture test, that is verification. So if you want to change this to something else, you can go ahead and change that. Next is custom profile field. So if you want to add any additional profile fields, you can use this to achieve that. Now we have confirm password error. So if there's a password error, this particular prompt or this particular test is going to appear for the person who is creating a user account. Now the next one is going to be confirm password label. So this is the label we have over here. So this password, if I change this, it's going to be affect this particular section over here. Now we have email invalid error. So if there's an error with the email that a person is typing, this is the test or this is the prompt the person is going to get. And this is for the email label. So as you see over here, the label for the email, you can go ahead and change that. Now we have empty error test. So field cannot be empty. So either the name or the the full name or the username or the password cannot be empty. So if the person creating an account might have left any of these fields, the person is going to get this prompt so that the person fills the particular field, required field. Now next says full name label. So this is full name label. You can change that to anything you want. And we have full name invalid error. So full name is not valid, please check and try again. So that's a prompt if the name you are typing is not correct. And we have a password invalid error. So that is also over here. And we have our password label. So the password label is also over here. Now we have the destination page. So the destination page is if someone creates the account and it's successful, that is the page the person is going to be redirected to. So we take a look at which page we should set that to. And when we scroll down a little bit, we have our title test. So the title test is what is over here. Sign up for a new account. That is what we have over here. Now, when we come down a little bit, the next says username already used. Please use another username. So this prompt is going to come when there's someone who already has the username you've entered. And over here we have username invalid error. So username is not valid, please check and try again. That's also a prompt. And we have our username label over here. So that says username. So that's what we have over here. And we have our verification page. So if you have any page that you want the user to be redirected to, that is after creating an account, you set the verification page. So this one says admin email. So you specify the email of the administrator, and you specify the email of the when there's a notification sent to someone, the email that you want it to display, or the email that sends the notification. Then we have over here a message. So the message that is going to go to the person. So it says what? A new account has been set up, and this is going to be the subject. So new, your new account. And when you scroll down, we have database. So the database, we have, I think, about two categories of database you can use. We have the flat file, where there's going to be a PHP file, and we have the MySQL. So if you're going to use MySQL, you're going to update, or you are supposed to specify the MySQL details for your server over here. Now the bottom is styling. If you want to style your form over here, you use this options to achieve that. So let me just change this back to flat file and go ahead and click on OK. Now let's take a look at this particular prompt. It says what? You've enabled a feature which uses PHP scripting. Please remember to set the file extension to page of the page to PHP. You can modify this using the page properties. So this is a very important aspect when you are using login tools. So what we are supposed to do is to change the file extension of our page from HTML to PHP. And to achieve that, you can easily or simply right click on an empty space, go to page properties, and over here where you have file extension, just click on the drop down arrow and set your page to PHP. So we are going to apply this to all our pages. There's another way you can go about this. You can simply right click on your page name, hit on rename page, and just change the file extension from HTML to PHP over here. So I'm going to repeat the process for the rest of the page over here. So let me just change this one to PHP. Let me go ahead and change this one to PHP. So I'll continue to change this one to PHP. And let me make this one also PHP. Let me just change this one to PHP. And let me continue for this one, making it PHP. And let me make this one finally PHP. Now there's no need, or there isn't a need for us to make this page a .php file, because we don't have any of the PHP or any of the login tools objects over here. This is just a simple HTML page, and it's just fine like this. So now let's continue to the login page and take a look at the options we have in the login section. So this is the login object. I have double clicked on it, and the first on the list is that is the button test. So this is the button test, and we already have over here login. So I can change this to sign in, and it's going to, when I click on OK, it's going to take effect. So I'll change this back to login. Now next is destination page. So after we log in and we are successful, the page that should be we should be taken to or redirected to, that's going to be our destination page. Now if you are logging in, there's an option that says what, remember me. If the next time you're logging into this particular page, you don't want to keep entering your username and your password, you can use this option so that when you come back, your browser remembers your user account details and provides that for you over here. The next is error page. So when there's an error page where you should be redirected to, we have our password label. The password label is what we have over here. We have our remember me label, that is also over here. We have our session timeout. So after 600 seconds, your session is going to be timed out, and you would have to re-log in again. Now we have our title test over here. That is what we see at the top here. And we have our username label. That is also what we see over here. As usual, as we saw for the sign up page, when you look at this section, we have our database details over here. So if you want to use a flat file or a MySQL database, you provide the details over here. So we are done with this one. Let's continue to the logout page. So this is just a single page, a single simple page. When you log out from your account, this is the page you should be redirected to, and it says you have successfully logged out of your account. Please click here to log in again. So let me just go ahead and change our login over here. So let's go to link and link this to the login page. So immediately we log out our page or our project or our site, we should be able to log in back by clicking here. So after clicking here, it should take us to the login page. So I'll click on the login page, click on OK, and click on OK. Now let's come to the password recovery page. So this is the password recovery page, and it has only one field over here. Let's just double click on it and take a look at the options we have over here. So we have our button test, that is what we see over here. We have our email label, that is also what we see over here. Now you can set a destination page as well as an error page, as well as we have our title, that is also what we see over here. As usual, we have our database that you provide the details over here. And when you scroll down a little bit, as we saw for the sign up page, you have your email over here that is going to be provided by the administrator, as well as the message and the subject. Let's continue to our edit profile page. When you double click, we have a lot of options over here. So when you're editing your profile and it's successful, it should take you to, that is the success page. But if it's not successful, it should take you to access denied page. And if you have any custom profiles that you want to attach or add to this particular profiles over here, you can also use this to achieve that. Now we have confirm password error, we have confirm password label, we have our invalid email error, we have our email label over here. So this set of options are also just like the options we saw for the sign up page. So you just have to go through and achieve or do what you want to do or change over here. Now let's click on OK and go to the change password. So change password, let's double click on it, and we have our button test over here. Confirm password error, we have our confirm password label, destination page. So when we change our password and we are successful, a page that we should be taken to. Now we have our new password label. So if you specify the old password here, the new password, as well as you confirm the new password, and you continue with that. So that is also that for here. Now let's go to the admin page. When I double click on admin page, and let me just scroll a little bit to the bottom. So we have our behavior. So this is the password that our administrator is going to enter. So you can change this. Let me just change this to admin. And if you have any custom fields that you want to add to the fields or the already existing fields over here, you can use this to achieve that. Now we have our frame name that says login admin, and the session timeout is also 600 seconds. And we have our title over here that is going to be user administrator login, and we have our database here as well. Now let's continue to configure our login pages. We'll do that in the next video.